Hello guys, Jerry speaking. Welcome to LJPCBM episode number 827. And today we to the Sunday show, episode 18. React to this beginning in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Turn this down a little bit. Don't hear this.
Welcome to the Sunday Show. This is the interactive show where host Alex Parrish will be talking about everything that's on his mind and everything else. And now, here's Alex Parrish.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Brandon Scruggs, and welcome to episode 18 of the Sunday Show. And happy May Day to everybody out there on YouTube. It is May 1st, 2022, 4:55 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. We're doing this 5 minutes early so that way we can have enough time for enough people to come in, as I'm going to be telling a story about me getting my first car back in the year 2014, 2 months after my graduation. I all hope you're having a wonderful Sunday as well as I am. But I will say that this past Friday, it was a long day at work today. We did a 12-hour shift, 4 to 4:30. So it's really 11 and a half hours because we take a 30-minute lunch and we get our breaks. And we're going to be doing the same thing again this coming Friday. So tomorrow's an 8-hour shift, then Tuesday's a 9-hour shift. And then I get Wednesday and Thursday off. I was originally going to work on one of my days off, but I want to have enough rest to do a 12-hour shift. Now, of course, if I'm doing a whole 12-hour work week this week, then I got to do it. I don't care how many hours I work. The most important thing is that I love my job down there in Costco.
Exactly.
We got Dakota Beechler. Hello, Dakota. We got Luke Jeffers. And we got the fan of game shows who's known as Jeffrey Peralta. Welcome. So we're just going to chill here for the next 3 minutes. 7 years ago, Leonard Kitchen. Welcome, buddy. He just recently had a birthday, so I want to once again wish him a happy belated birthday. And I hope he had a wonderful birthday yesterday, Lennon. 30 years old. Hit the big 3-0.
Wow.
And as you know or may not know, I am the co-host of the monthly show, The Kitchen Lounge, where we talk everything food related, but with a little twist. Where I sometimes rant about like absurd food products and what's going on in the food world.
Wow.
So check that out. It'll be coming at the end of this month. We do it at the end of every month.
Exactly.
And we got Mr. St. Dennis, who's known as David 3000. Hello, David. Glad to have you here. Yes, get ready for Tuesday. He's getting prepared for his update. You know what? Before we start this video, I like to...
Which is huge for me, you know. Excuse me. Which, by the way, I got plans for Tuesday to see, I don't know when exactly, to update you guys on an update video on my main channel. Because first of all, it's going to be a huge announcement video on my main channel. Not sure when, but hoping we get ready for... not sure when it's going to plan out. Continue on.
Everybody know that as of yesterday, my mom booked a trip to Shady Cove, Oregon this June.
Wow.
So I'll be going to Oregon this June. I'm going to have a fun time down there.
Wow.
All right, we're at the 2 minutes before we start the show. So what I'm going to basically talk about is just how I got my driver's license from my permit to my license to my first car and tell you about my experiences from my first year of driving as a licensed driver.
Wow.
Because when I was 16, going up to Mariposa at my grandpa's place, I would drive on his road up to his house. And it was a private road, so
Well,
nobody. Get out of here, David. Get out of here.
no.
Get out of here. David.
My childhood, Barney. Oh.
So nobody could really tell anybody. And it's in the country. All right, so we've got about 1 more minute, and then I am going to be telling the story about me getting my first car, which was a 1997 Honda Civic EX. So we're just past the 5-minute mark here. And once it hits 5 p.m., I'm going to start off with the story.
Yeah.
I'm going to start off with...
Once upon a time, there was a bobbity bobbity baba. B-N. Get on!
Getting my driver's permit. I like to start from beginning to the end, of course. So give it about like a couple more seconds, and we will get things started.
Okay.
Pause here for a minute. I hope you enjoyed the new Bill Peterson video that I uploaded yesterday.
Which I did react to on last episode. Continue on.
You know, I'm thinking about maybe doing like a little video series of my grandpa, just for the record.
Good.
This is just for fun, because I like making fun of my grandpa's stubbornness. And, of course, he
Wow.
does care about...
Which is coming up on LJPCBM. Continue on.
with all his heart. But you know how most old grandpas are. All right, we're at the 5-minute mark, so here's the story of my very first car, my 1997 Honda Civic EX. So, it was December 2013. I decided to get my driver's license because I was 17 and I was getting near that time where, because I didn't drive technically as a licensed driver until I was 18, and I was getting near 18, so
Wow.
around that time I told my mom and dad, it's like, I'm ready to get my driver's license. So on one of the days at school that I took off, of course I also went to CCOC, my trade school, went to the DMV, I scheduled an appointment to take my written. And of course, you got to pass an eye exam with all the paperwork and stuff before you even do the written, because I was a new applicant. And then on my first one, there was a total of 18 questions. And if I remember, I missed like 14 questions on the written. And I did have the handbook before I even started doing this. So I studied the book the first time, and I didn't pass, as most people would do on their first attempt. I didn't pass my written. So what I did was I looked at the questions over and over again for the next couple months, and then I took my written again on January 31st, the day after my 18th birthday, and I was young at the time. I didn't know they were going to use different questions, so I tried it again, still didn't pass. So, and if I remember, yes, you can actually get your license at 16.
Exactly, David.
You can get your license at 16, but I wasn't really thinking about that at the time when I was 16. If I remember correctly, I missed 11 questions on that.
Wow.
So then come April 2014, after studying the handbook,
One of the moms that started making creepy Wi-Fi connection video. Continue on.
and also studying with my friend Laura, my old bus driver, that she would pick me up from school and drop me off at my stop. She showed me the questions for what DMV will ask you, and I passed with flying colors with only like 4 errors. You need to have no more than 6 errors to pass the written. And that's the same goes for taking your behind the wheel exam. So I was happy finally getting my driver's permit. And what did I do before I took my driving test? Took driving lessons, of course. I first started off in the parking lot, as everybody in the world always starts off with. Right around the parking lot in the little shopping center in San Jose, just did a couple loops.
Okay.
And then as time went on, I went to this driving school called Blue Ribbon Driving School, which is one of the best here in the South Bay. It was about $100 a lesson, but it was worth it. So the first 3 times, or the first 2 times, it was mostly around city driving. Had no problems driving at all. The third time, it was freeway driving. That was my first time actually driving on the freeway. That was actually quite fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then now we get to my driving exam. And I
Yeah.
was pretty nervous, but I was also really excited to get my license. So do my driving as usual, show the examiner where everything is, your blinker, your wipers, gears, pedals. Did I pass on the first? No. Why did I fail? I'll tell you why. After doing a straight line backwards,
Mm-hmm.
the examiner told me to pull out. I did not look behind my mirrors or my shoulder, and that was a critical error. And if you get any critical error or more than 6 errors, you fail your driving test. And I was kind of upset because I was actually looking forward to it. So just kept practicing. And then on the second time, this was at the same DMV. The one I took was on Alma Avenue in San Jose. The second time, I actually almost passed. But what screwed me up, I turned left from a straight lane. And I wasn't upset, but I was disappointed that time. So then I took another lesson, a fourth one, before I actually went to Gilroy because the instructor told me that the one in Gilroy is a little bit easier. But guess what happened? I failed on the third time because I almost hit a truck. And unfortunately, the DMV examiner had to intervene, hold the steering wheel. So it was actually pretty short. So 3 times, then you got to take it written again. But guess what? I barely passed with only like 6 errors. And you need no more than 6 errors to pass.
Exactly.
And the funny thing is, they're actually playing Happy by Will Ferrell. And it's a good song by him.
Oh, wow. Happy by Pharrell Williams. Yeah, which is a catchy tune. Continue on.
So, passed there, no problem. Just barely. So then after like a couple weeks, because my last test was in July. We go into August. This time I take my driving exam at Santa Teresa, which was another easy one. And guess what? I finally passed. Only had like 5 errors, and I was like, yes, I did it.
Hooray! And then when it was coming up, I said the reason why I said quiet right now because I was just going to work on the next day. I was very tired that day. I wasn't paying attention to what I was saying. I didn't say quiet right now to be rude. I said this because I was just maybe just trying to be solid myself, not trying to just let Alex and Paul know or anything in the chat if he's watching this now. And Alex, watching this is for you guys. Continue on.
And you know what was pretty cool? There was a guy selling out coffee and free donuts. He's like, free coffee, free donuts. You'll pass your driving exam.
Yeah.
So that was kind of like a little good luck charm.
It was.
I do have some pictures of my Honda Civic, which we'll get to shortly.
Okay.
So a couple days after I passed my driving exam, I get my license in the mail, and then on that same day, I go out and purchase my first car. We're going to go backtrack a little bit. I wanted to get a 1998 Ford Mustang it was about $2,100, but unfortunately that got sold. So I was searching it right now. Now, you don't need to tell somebody to be quiet, Luke.
Listen, Alex. Now, I wasn't here to be rude to Paul. I was trying to be fair. I was tired that night. So, to be fair, Alex, I was just trying to be tired at the time and get ready for work the next day. So, not trying to be rude, but that's just me, Alex. Continue on.
Anybody can chat in the live chat.
I know, Alex. I just don't want to be rude. I just probably a good idea to do something. Continue on.
See you there. And I can always read a comment as I'm reading the story.
I know, Alex. I thought it was a good idea to say something like that because I was silent. I wasn't here to be rude because of what happens next. You know, just the misunderstanding began for Alex and Paul. That's all. Continue on.
which honestly is no problem. Just for future reference next time.
I know. I wasn't here for the next time. There wasn't a next time for me. I know. I just It wasn't. It wasn't a next time. It was a solid mode for myself. That's all. I I wasn't here to be rude. That was it. To continue on.
Not in trouble or anything.
I was in trouble. I was just
Anyway.
trying to let you know, but yeah. Continue on.
So I was looking on Craigslist because I wanted the car, and it was my first car. So I decided to look, and I seen this 1997 Honda Civic EX, which had 240,000 miles for about 1,885. Give me a minute. Anyways,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, everything's all good. And then we go to the place. I paid it all in cash, and then I just drove right back home. And I was really excited to drive. It was so new to me as a licensed driver that, and for the record, I didn't go to college. I know this has nothing to do with this. I didn't even have a job back then until I was like 19. So almost like every other day, I would drive to like some parts of I'd never been to, like East San Jose, Los Gatos, Cupertino. It was so exciting. How hard was the study questions experience? Well, honestly, it wasn't that hard to be honest, but I wanted to study hard so that way I can get my license. And it was an exciting time, and the first time I ever drove really far was actually from here to Hollister. My second first at that time was here to Los Banos. And a fun fact I'm going to tell you, I would take like a little mini vacation down in Hollister. And then for the first couple times, I would drive from Hollister to Los Banos. And then that's the same way I take from like Campbell to Los Banos when I'm going to Mariposa. So just go to Los Banos and back. How many hours per day was the study? I'd say about an hour.
Yeah, I'll explain to these guys. Say the reason why I was said quiet right now is probably because I was tired that day to prepare for work tomorrow. Yeah, continue on. Mm-hmm.
Well, Luke, if you're going to get prepared for work tomorrow, you better get yourself prepared now, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
You've got a busy week ahead of you.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, Luke Jeffers' birthday is actually coming next month.
Yeah, a month and a half from now. I cannot wait till I turn 27. Next month. Continue on.
June 28th. I almost said June 25th, but I corrected myself, which is
wow. Cannot wait till I turn 27. Speaking of which, last year the 25 KPR TV Large was my 26th birthday present. Continue on.
See, the 1 year anniversary of the 25, we are just like getting closer. So, want to thank you all, and we already have like almost 500 subscribers.
Yeah, Alex, you almost getting closer to 500 subscribers. My 26th birthday present is getting closer to 500 subscribers on Alex's channel. Help Alex reach 500 subscribers today. Continue on.
But back to what I was talking about. I love the driving. And of course, as time went on, it ran into some problems. This one time, I was coming back from Valley Fair Mall. I see some steam, and then as soon as I was getting on Interstate 280, I noticed my temperature gauge was to the H, and I didn't know anything about engines and cars back then. I was like, but I do know the engine was hot, so I had to pull off somewhere safe. And luckily, the engine didn't blow. So,
yeah, it's you in your dreams, David. In your dreams, not on February 30th. Continue on.
Park in the 7-Eleven parking lot, let it cool, and then I just drove it back home. So, you thought Luke Jeffers' birthday was February 30th? Oh gosh! Only in the alternative universe.
Oh
so
man.
What other cars you had after the Civic? Well,
What happened?
The Civic. Well, let's jump ahead for a little bit before we continue on with my story. My next car after.
Okay. We're spending difficulties the first time on my Mac Mini. Here we go. Come on.
You thought Luke Jeffers' birthday was February? Let's jump ahead for a little bit before we
There you
continue
go.
on with my story. My next car after the Civic in 2016 was a 2004 Impala SS, which I actually used that the most. And now I'm driving the Chevy Camaro, which that's my favorite car of all time because everybody knows that is my favorite dream car of all time. Hello, cars. Good to see you here. Glad to see you here. So back to the Honda Civic. Your first car was a 2014 Lamborghini. I kind of find it hard to believe. Unless you have a rich family, there's no way your first car was a Lamborghini. Yeah, I thought so. Unless you have a rich family, if you're really rich, you don't have a Lamborghini. Sorry.
Exactly.
Yeah, there was a little bit of problems with the Honda, but that's typical when you buy old used cars. But for the most part, the drive was actually sublime. It had a good transmission, a good engine. Now, unfortunately, it did get stolen twice. One in April 2015, or was it? No, I take that back. April 2016.
Wow. One of the worst months and years that I ever witnessed in my life. Period. The end. Continue on.
Coming out of work, because at that time I was working at the Safeway. I was like, where'd it go? And had to call the police, file a report, and then it got found in June. And get this. At the time in January 2018, or 17, was it? It's 2017 or 18. It got stolen again, but at the time, I was driving the Impala SS, but we used that as a little puddle jumper.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, I actually got found on my birthday that year.
Wow, your 23rd birthday. Continue on.
So, it was a good first car, but in 2016, I went to an Impala SS, so I got a little bit more power, 240. And I bet everybody, yes, I actually did work at DoorDash. A short time in 2015, and then my first W-2 job was Safeway from, you know about this, David, from May 2015 to June 2016, and then I went back to DoorDash from October 2016 to February 2018.
Wow.
So I thought you kind of knew that, David. So yeah, that's what pretty much covers the story of my first car, my 1997 Honda Civic EX. And I did say I have some pictures, so we are going to be showing you...
So cheese!
A couple pictures. We're going to be showing you me getting the Honda. As you can see, that's me gesturing at my Honda Civic with my Central County Occupational Center, which was the trade school in San Jose I went to for video production. As you can see, that's the Honda Civic EX. And if you look closely over here, it says, my car is a doom buggy.
Wow.
The interior was just nothing too exciting, just cloth and...
Also, Jeffrey's birthday. Yeah. If you watch this dead show, I have to wish you a happy early birthday. Continue on.
It was an economy car. So it's not like a freaking Camaro where you got leather seats. I know, and of course Honda Civics had leather seats, but it was nothing like you go fast. Oh yeah, 400 horsepower. And now we're going to show you another picture over here. I'm going to stop the screen share for a little bit. Next one, we're going to give you another side picture of the Honda. There it is over there.
Right here on Toon Disney. Continue on.
Spaceship wheels, nothing too exciting. Nothing really exciting. There's nothing really exciting about an econo car, basically, other than it gets good gas mileage. It's an economy car. It's not a sports car. It's not a sports...
Good, just on Alex then. Continue on.
Fan. So if you're starting off driving, or if you're not really a fan of driving, get a driverless car.
Yeah, I'm a driverless car,
And
like I do, Continue on.
if you're new to driving, start small. You don't want to start off with it's like riding a motorcycle. Don't start off with a fast bike. You kill yourself. So when you're starting off, get yourself a nice Toyota or a Honda Civic. You can get a Civic, a Corolla, and if you want a nicer, smoother ride, you can get an Accord or a Camry. And then work your way up to maybe a sports car or a muscle car. We got one more picture.
Yep.
Me in the car.
Wow.
And that was and the car was standing still. I wasn't driving it while taking a picture of it.
Wow.
I mean, I do on my Instagram. I just film my phone secretly, just me driving home. So.
Wow.
I know David's seen that. Hey, decide.
Hey.
Right up.
Whatever kind of day. Hey, continue on.
Use my phone while driving all the time, just for the record. All right, we're at the 20-minute mark. So for the next 4 minutes, you can ask me questions about my car, like what are you could even ask me about my favorite places to travel to if you want, because this is about cars and driving. So ask away.
Exactly.
I hope you all enjoyed the little story that I told you all. And I'm not going to be doing the throwback stories. I'm just going to do my stories here on the Sunday show because why not?
Yeah, which I understand because I thought it was a separate show or something, but it's not. Continue on.
So, the Sunday show, we can have interviews, stories, games. It's like a variety talk show, if you want to call it that.
Yep.
We got about 5 viewers here, so I want to thank those 5 viewers for watching. Like Luke, Monica, David, Cars, Dakota, Paul, and everybody else that's not in the live chat too for watching this. Your question? I did not see your question. Was the DoorDash experience good? It had some good days, bad days. This one time I had a customer that didn't give me an apartment number, and I had to look for the apartment number for like 30 minutes. I'm not going to get into too much detail, but it wasn't a good experience. I'll just say that right now. But for the most part, it was all right. It was actually all right. Now, of course, I'm not going back to DoorDash. And just for the record, that's a side job. I mean, you can make it as a part-time job if you want, but it's a side job because you use your own car and your own gas. But it is a 1099 job, and you can schedule your own hours. As I got older, I realized that I need a W-2 job, which is an employee job. And look at me now. I'm working at Costco for almost a year and a half, and I love my career.
Wow, makes sense now. Anyway.
Yeah, the throwback stories was going to be a separate show, but I decided, no, I'm not going to do it because if I'm not really going to do it, I'm not going to do it.
Which I agree of. I understand. Continue on.
Plus, you have to pay more money. Yes. You have to use your own money to pay for the gas. Look at the gas prices up. But especially here in California right now.
Jesus.
I'm not going to do a rant about it because
I'm not going to do a rant about either. Continue on.
it's not worth it. But I can give you all a pretty good idea of what's really going on. So we're at 23 minutes, 20 seconds. Once it hits the 25-minute mark, we're going to be doing a weather report, and we're going to close off the show. So this week's going to be busy. Not like busy, but Friday's going to be a long day busy. So just thought I'd let you know. What other cities do you love driving to? I got lots of cities I like driving to. I'm even going to mention little towns too. I like driving to the Sacramento area. I like driving in the Modesto area, especially Keys. I like going to Mariposa, Angels Camp. I pretty much like driving around in the Central Valley. Because ever since I've started working at Costco, the Costco Depot in Tracy, it's been giving me more opportunities to check out other towns like Lodi, Rockland.
Wow.
Maybe I have another one. Keys, Modesto, Houston, all of those type of cities. And as I got older, I realized that if I want to live on my own, a small town is the best way to go to. And then purple car. You know what? My advice, it doesn't matter what color you get. Just as long as you have the car that you want, color doesn't really matter. But unless you want to be like Joe Cool, just get it maybe a red or a yellow one. But my car, my Camaro, it's a silver one, and color doesn't really matter to me. What matters the most, I got my dream car in February of 2020, and I enjoy it to this day for 2 years. Yes, I did have to replace an engine on that, but Houston, how many cars have you bought? Well, haven't you figured it out by now, David?
3, yeah.
Including the Camaro. Come on, David.
Come
on, man.
Come on, man.
All right, we're at the 25-minute mark, so I got the weather report set up, so stand by.
Do 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 do. I cannot see a thing. Oh well. Maybe that's 4,000. We can't see you. I can't see a thing. Oh well. Using to have trash cans. Well, give me a minute. Says by Alex Paris. Okay, that's fine. Well. Technical difficulties. Whoa. Yeah, difficulties from his end. Oh God. David. Taking over the weather channel. Jesus. No, what? I don't know. Anyway, next. That's what I was gonna say. That's my reaction to the whole thing. But anyway.
Okay, we're having some technical difficulties with the WeatherStar 4000. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna pull up the weather report from weather.com and we'll close the show off right then and there because I don't. David, 420 channel. Are you thinking about weed? If it was channel 420, it would actually be a cable television, like satellite. It'd be like a little network. So I'm actually going to get the weather from weather.com. It'll be my local area here. So
yeah, pbs.org/weather. Okay. Continue on.
Pull up the tab here, and here it is. So the low tonight will be 47 degrees, clear to partly cloudy. Winds at 10 to 20 miles an hour, decreasing to less than 5 miles per hour. Here is a look ahead at your extended forecast. As you can see, we got temperatures from the high 60s to the high 80s. As you see, this Wednesday is going to be pretty hot. It's going to be 88 here in California. So if you're going to be going out, be sure to get some water, some sunscreen.
Wow.
And then we drop down 11 degrees from 77. We're 11 degrees, and we go to 75, and then we go right back in the 80s a little bit for next week, and then it'll be right down to the 70s.
Wow.
So that concludes the little forecast here on the Sunday Show, as well as concluding this episode of the Sunday Show. I'd like to thank everybody in the live chat, and who's also not in the live chat, for watching this episode. I hope you all have a great May Day. And I do want to say that sometime in the future on the Sunday Show, I am going to have an interview with my good friend Marty Bingo. We'll talk,
which I'll do a reaction video of that, and pretty soon I'm gonna react to the Jake's having a nostalgia show, which is probably pretty soon. I'm not sure when, but we'll see what happens. Continue on.
His puppeteering, so be on the lookout for details about that. So for now, this is Alex Paris saying, have a relaxing Sunday, and I'll see you all in the next video. Good night, everybody.
So that was Sunday Show episode 18. What do I think about this episode? It was amazing. So far this episode went to be a success. Anyways, guys, that was LJPCBM episode number 827. Hope you enjoy it. Stay tuned for the next one. It's gonna be LJPCBM episode number 828. I'm not sure it's gonna be a bit about it yet, but we'll see what happens. Till next time, suggested by a piece of paper. We can watch the guys be soon. Till then, just out. See ya.
Given unto me this life I'll never take for granted, and given all the time I failed to really understand it, I never sought to meet the maker of reality, the one who gave the life that which is always happening. But I tried all the time. Why me? Why was I the one to see things as I do under the moonlight and the sun? Perception is the question, and the giver holds the key.